Okay, so find the standard form equation for a hyperbola with vertices 4, 0 and negative 4, 0 that passes through the point 6, 20. Okay, so how are we gonna do that? Well, again, I always like to draw a picture just to get us started. Just something to look at. A picture is helpful when we go to graph these things. So there we go, and the vertices are 4, 0 and minus 4, 0. So I'll go over to 4 and back to negative 4. So there's the point 4, 0. So the branches must be going right and left. So this must be a right-left hyperbola, not an up-down hyperbola, because the vertices are sideways. So that means the equation is got x squared in the front, not y squared. Over a squared minus, hyperbola always has minus. Must be generally like that. And not only that, I know the a, this right here, has got to be 4 squared, because whatever's underneath x is how far right, left. Whatever's underneath y is how far up, down. So there's the equation. Basically, all I have left to find is b. And I've got it. I just have to find b. Now, how am I going to find b? Well, you know what we're going to do, right? They gave us this point, 620. So over 6 up 20. They gave us some point over 6 up 20 that's a point on the graph. And you know what that means. I can plug it in. That's an x value and a y value. I plug in x is 6 and I plug in y is 20, right? That's anytime you have any point on a graph, that means you can plug it in, because all the millions and millions of little points on the graph make it true. That's what a graph is a picture of the truth, a picture of all the points whose little x, y numbers plugged into the equation make it true. So if they give you a point on the graph, it's got to make the equation true. So what do we get then? 6 squared, plugging in 6 for x, over 4 squared, minus y, which is 20 squared, over b squared is 1. Trying to solve that for b, so use your calculator. I'm getting 2.25 for this part, minus 400 over b squared is 1. So let's solve for b. Subtract 2.25 from both sides. And then we've got, this will cancel, and so we get negative 400 over b squared. And this is negative 1.25. All right, and so now what are we going to do? Well, first I have negatives on both sides. Let's just multiply both sides by negative 1. They both become positive, right? So they're both gone. And now, whenever we have equal fractions, put this guy over 1. Whenever we have equal fractions, we cross multiply. Multiply, multiply. So we get 400 times 1 equals 1.25 times b squared. Just cross multiply. Now we just need to divide to finish solving for b. Divide by 1.25. Cancels that out. B squared is 400 divided by 1.25. I'm getting 320, and then square root it, square root it. B will equal 17.8885. 4. Maybe I'll stick in another digit. So there's B, and so now we've got the equation. Let me just come over here, grab it, and bring it down. So it's what? X squared over 4 squared. So x squared over 4 squared minus y squared over b squared equals 1. Bring that down. That's going to be x squared over 4 squared minus y squared over b. Now we know b, 17.88854 squared equals 1, and then square those. That'll be 16 minus y squared over. Square that, and you get 320, or really close to it, depending on how your accuracy is. And that makes sense, doesn't it? Really, I should have just used the b squared right here. Would have saved me time. But that's okay. Doesn't matter. So there we go. That's our answer. We were able to find the equation just like that. So what did we do? We drew what they said in the beginning. Right and left 4. That goes underneath x. And then to solve for b, we plugged in the 620 point they gave us, the 6 and the 20. Solved for b and plugged it back in.